Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine, and welcome to the Manchester United versus West Ham United Premier League match preview, guys. How you feeling? 24 hours before the game, massive game for Manchester United as well, of course. Given the Everton game, we don't want a repeat of that, do we? Another team that plays a low block, another difficult game with a team that plays a low block, of course, guys. So something that we have to learn, something that we have to withstand, something that we have to, fight against with the low block. And we've done that for many, many years during our heyday, during our successful times. We had to fight against a low block, and we have to work our way around it. And whether that's set pieces, whether that's spreading the game, getting the crosses in, speed of our players was very, very important. I have noticed that Man United are a little bit slow in the transition, in the build-up, in regards to our build-up play from the back and in the midfield. Of course, that is obvious given the players that we have available or not available, of course, guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amorim has done his press conference, guys. He's been speaking about injuries, players back, players not back. Certain players, the pressure on certain players and stuff. So it's a very initiative, intuitive, isn't it? Interview and press conference, of course, as it always is with Ruben Amorim, of course, guys. Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. West Ham United tomorrow, massive game for us. Have to win the game. It's not even a draw thing. It is a must-win game, guys. It is a must-win for Man United. We cannot even draw this game, because you know what? When we win away at Crystal Palace and we win away at Liverpool and teams of that ilk, we're expected to beat West Ham. And let's be honest, guys. Apart from the Everton game, we've been relatively good at home. We've been relatively good, apart from the Everton game, guys. So at the end of the day, look, you know what? I'm banking on a Man United win. As you know, my team is here. That's the team I think he will pick. I don't think he'll bring Cunha back into the side straight away. As we know, match fitness is very, very important, guys. Match fitness is undoubtedly very underrated in regards to when you're playing, players that are coming back from injury and stuff like that. So this is very important, but that's the team I'll go with, guys. The only change I think I would do is the Mazraoui change. I put Mazraoui back in defense, guys. I think a little bit of experience would be good. Give Lenny Yoro a little bit of a rest as well, guys. So that's what I would do. Sending the men's, of course, in goal. De Ligt in the centre back, and Luke Shaw as the left sided centre back, of course. We'll have Ahmad Diallo as a right wing back, and we'll have Dalot as a left wing back. I think he's going to keep that. Casemiro and, of course, Bruno in the midfield, along with Mason Mount and Bremo and Xerxes up front. I think it's very important that we keep Xerxes in the team because, especially with a striker, when a striker has just scored a goal, when they've been lacking confidence for the last few weeks and months, it's very important that you keep them on that momentum and keep them going and just get that little momentum, get them a little bit more confident. Who knows? He might play tomorrow and he might get another goal. And he might be an absolute gem for us going forward, an unexpected gem for us going forward. So I think this is very, very important, guys. And keeping him into the team, keeping that attacking trio there, of course, that, you know what, didn't do fantastically well. I'm not singing from the rooftops that how well they did against Crystal Palace. They did okay. In the first half, they were poor. But in the second half, they did show character, and we have to respect that, and we have to say, well, you know what, they deserve another opportunity, of course, guys. But it is a massive game, guys. Let me just go through some quotes from Ruben Amorim from his press conference, guys, if you don't mind. He said, Ruben Amorim, in regards to the injuries, we have two doubts of the game. It will change the way we are going to approach it. Let's see if they can play. The rest of the squad is good. Mateus is back. Great news, of course. Harry and Sesko are still out as expected. He went on to say about Cunha, he has more levels to go. He's at a different club, different pressure. He was struggling because he was not scoring. He was thinking too much about the numbers, but the influence he has on the team is important to us. And it's something that I brought on. I think the influence on Mateus Cunha on Manchester United since he signed for Man United has been underrated. I really do. I think it's been brushed under the carpet a little bit. When he plays, he does bring the team forward. We do look more in control, and he does have that little bit of bite, that little bit of energy in midfield that we need, in the attacking quartet that we need. He can get that ball from deep and bring it forward. And I think we missed that, even at the weekend, even though we won the game, of course. Amram said in regards to Lenny Yoro, I spoke with him because he makes a mistake and struggles. He wants to do everything so well. He's growing with games and setbacks. It's not easy for the young guy. He knows it wasn't his best game. But again, this is what we're talking about, isn't it? Young player going to make mistakes, will make future mistakes. But one thing we don't do is that we don't jump on these players and we don't give them a hard time, because at the end of the day, at his age, guys, 20 odd years old, playing for Manchester United, it's a big thing. And we're not talking about playing for Manchester United, the successful Man United that are winning every week. We're talking about a period of time that Man United are in a very difficult position. And especially last season, Lenny Yoro, to be fair, last season showed a lot of character for what happened last season, for the adversity that Manchester United suffered. Of course, it was awful. We came 15th. We lost the Europa League final. But he showed a lot of character. He was one of the shining lights in what was a very disappointing season, in all fairness, of course, guys. So what I would say is that, we shouldn't be, and we shouldn't. If you do, I got big questions about you guys. If you do jump on him, we need to be patient and we need to be fair and we need to support these lads, these young lads at our football team, of course, guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amram finally went on to say, on how he deals with social media pressure, he said it's normal in any profession. When you're exposed to it, I don't read it. I protect myself, not because I don't agree. A lot of the time I do, but it's a way of being healthy. It's the only way to survive. Now, this is something that I absolutely concur with. It's something that I absolutely agree with in regards to what Ruben Amram said there. You're best to stay away from social media. It's one of the hardest things to do, to actually step back from social media, step back and let it be. It's one of the hardest things to do, because you know what? It's always in the back of your mind. Who's saying this? Who's saying that? Now, I've had an experience of it, and on a much smaller scale, of course. I'm not Ruben Amram, but I've had experience on it in regards to people in the background. You're thinking, oh, someone's talking about me. Someone's saying something about me. And it can ruin your mood. I'm telling you right now, guys, you could be in a good mood. You could wake up in a good mood. Then you read something on Twitter, and you know what? You're like, you get upset and you try and make out it doesn't bother you. But of course, you have to be incredibly thick-skinned. I've developed thick skin over the years, and I did have people. I had a lot of the fan base against me, at one point, and I remember how bad it was, the onslaught that was on me, of course, guys, until people realized, actually, that Sal guy is not that bad, and that's what I mean. They got to know me and stuff like that, and my enemies became my friends, and that's what's happened. I've had a few of them on the channel. So this is what we're talking about, when that time was going on, it does mess with your head mentally. You do get it. And especially, can you imagine Ruben Amram? Ruben Amram has family. He has cousins. He has aunties. He has uncles. They read social media. They're going to read social media. Not every single one of them is going to put their social media away. It's going to affect them. All right, and it might be mentioned to him. It might be mentioned to Ruben Amram, of course. So this is very incredibly important, that it's not just Ruben Amram, it's his family, it's his kids, it's this and that. They've all got social media these days. They've all got phones, they've all got mobile phones and stuff like that. So this is something that we have to look into, and we have to understand that it's very difficult these days. I can only imagine. Look, I was around when David Beckham got sent off against Argentina. The pressure on David Beckham was astronomical. He had mannequins hanging from bridges and things like that, death threats, and the chants at the stadiums. And I was at the stadiums, absolutely diabolical, incredibly unacceptable. And he came through, he showed character. It's very difficult to do that. These days, you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. There's always someone over there calling you something, saying this to you just to wind you and press your buttons. And obviously this social media thing, I think it does affect a lot of players, but it does depend on the character, of course. Like, for example, there are people around that, it doesn't bother them at all. They don't even look at it. They don't even look at it. They don't scroll down their feeds and stuff like that. There are some people, and it is very, very easy to do, just to write your name down and see who's talking about me. And I think this is very important, what Ruben Amram said there about he doesn't deal with it. It's not that he doesn't agree with what people say. It's just that, he just needs to stay way away from that, because you will lose. You will just end up making you go cuckoo, and then you'll end up saying, F this, I can't be bothered and stuff, and it'll affect you mentally, and you can't concentrate on your job. And to be honest with you, if he does do that, he's stronger than I thought. I really do think that he's stronger than I thought, because you know what? It is a very difficult thing to do, to just put that social media away and say, look, you know what? Leave that. I'm not going to do that anymore. Of course, guys, let me know what you think about my lineup as well, guys. Don't forget to give me your score lines as well, guys. Very, very important as well, guys. This is what is important. Big up DJ Darkus. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, legend. Hope everything is fine. Hello, mate. Hello, it's going to be a good day. Good to see you, brother. Peace and blessings, RJ. JJ Gabriel here, talent of Barcelona. Really want him. Look, listen, RJ, don't bloody listen to Samuel Lockhurst. This is old news. Don't listen to Samuel Lockhurst. I've told you many, many times who you're listening to. You're listening to Samuel Lockhurst. Right? Don't listen to Samuel Lockhurst. JJ Gabriel's not going to Barcelona. Just leave that. Don't just throw out anything you hear and believe it like it's gospel. Because if you know who Samuel Lockhurst is, he doesn't like Man United. And this is what you have to understand. You know, be careful when you're quoting things, because you're just feeding into his narrative. He's not going to Barcelona. Of course, many teams are going to be interested in JJ Gabriel. Naturally, he's a great player. Not just Barcelona. Real Madrid might be interested in him as well. And many other clubs around Europe are going to be interested in him, even in England. But what we don't do is that we don't believe everything we hear, because Samuel Lockhurst is the epitome of what is negative in Man United. He will highlight things, he will times it by 1,000, and he'll make it doom and gloom. That is what he is, a doom and gloom merchant in regards to Man United. So we shouldn't do that. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. So I don't want people feeding into that Samuel Lockhurst nonsense. All right. It's nothing. It's not worth it. We get Cunha back, 2 injured. Absolutely. 2 injured again. Absolutely. Why can't we have a fuller team? I mean, I know, mate. I know. Absolutely. I know. We're not going to lose. Big up, Danny B. Everyone, you guys are naive. You guys are ignorant, man. Honest to God. I'm telling you, not ignorant. What do I call it? You guys are naive. You're believing the Samuel Lockhurst stories. My goodness me. Come on, man. Come on. We're stronger than that. We got it up here, guys. Come on. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Big up, Stephanie. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Big up, Bobby. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you again, Bobby. As usual, my friend. As usual, of course. DJ Darkus, did he say as to nature of Sesko's injury? He said nothing. He ain't mentioned it, to be honest with you. It's something that we haven't heard about. It's weird, to be honest with you, that nothing has been said about Sesko. You know what I mean, at the moment. And, you know, I want to know what's going on with Sesko, because it is a little bit innocuous in regards to why he hasn't been playing. He's got injured and stuff like that. I don't know where this has come from. Big up, everyone, of course, guys. Big up. Stephanie, Stephen, big up, Stephen. I want a 3-0 versus West Ham. Now, guys, my prediction in regards to the game against West Ham, I'm going for a 2-0 win for Man United. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Man United. That's what I'm going for. A lucky clean sheet. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Man United. I think Man United will win the game. Great, happy days. That's what I think will happen. Absolutely. I can see Xerxes scoring tomorrow. So can I, you know, Bobby. Actually, you're like me, mate. I can actually see Xerxes doing bits tomorrow. I've got this feeling about it. It keeps playing in my head. Xerxes, burying one in the corner. I can just see it. Brilliant. That would be, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? Absolutely. United Bandit. I'm deluded again. Just be deluded again and say 2-1. If you know, you know. United Bandit, big up my guy. You know what? At the end of the day, you know what I say? That, you know, the heavens, they come on you sometimes and they say, you know what? When someone comes into the stream, right, and tries to be rude, like at the weekend, guys, let me explain it to you, right? We were watching the Crystal Palace Man United game. We were 1-0 down. Things weren't going well. And we had an idiot come on the stream and start saying, you guys are deluded. You put 2-1. You're so deluded. And blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, Man United scored 2 goals within 10 minutes. It's hilarious, to be honest with you. And when he says things like that, when people come on the stream and they say things like that, they don't just say it at me. They say it at the community. They say it at you guys as well. It's like, you know, because many of us predicted that Man United are going to win 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. Many of us. So he's not just talking about me, he's talking about all of us. So I take that very personally. I'm like, what are you calling deluded coming on here, talking that smack and stuff like that? And then Man United go and score a couple of games. It's hilarious. It was hilarious. I mean, you know what? You couldn't write a better script, could you? You couldn't write Man United to score 2 goals and win 2-1. It was just so funny, to be honest with you. And that's not the first time that has happened, by the way. I wouldn't mind then coming back on the stream as long as we get another thing like that, of course, guys. Absolutely. Another result. RJ Sal, Semenyo hasn't been good for a bunch of games now, but maybe it's because it's his head turned to. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Of course, who knows? That says a lot, Sal. I was thinking he looks a little bit like a grangly teenager. He has to think like Brazil when we playing for us. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. RJ, Fulham nearly did a comeback worldie against. And what a game that was, by the way. I didn't get to see the game, unfortunately, but what a game that was. It was a good game, wasn't it? But Man City do look a little bit weak at the back, don't they? They do look a little bit dodgy at the back, if you ask me. They don't look good, strong at the back, if in all fairness, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, in my opinion. Big up Ephraim, how you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Big up Dave, what's going on, my brother? Hope you're doing well. I'll be going to the game tomorrow. Good luck, mate. I'll be taking my younger brother since he's on vacation. I'm hoping for a 2-0 win and move on. You got the same score as me, Dave, the same score as me, which is a 2-0 win. I'm going for a 2-0 win as well, guys. Something similar to that lineup. I think it'd be something around there. Of course, it won't be identical. Never is, isn't it, at the end of the day? Big up, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, Sal. It's going to be a tough test, but we shouldn't be good enough. West Ham 2-1 is good enough for me. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for you. Absolutely. G. the Darkest. As a DJ, why I don't do social media, that is what a nightmare. Mate, I was in the music industry 20 years, DJ Darkest. I worked with like D12, Eminem, people like that, mate. You imagine the abuse and stuff like that I got. You know, I worked with G Unit. And imagine, you know, UK artists coming from in Leytonstone in East London to work with these guys. You know what I mean? And the amount of... my brother actually had like stalkers. He had everything, you know. And I was managing my brother. My brother was the rapper, and I was managing him. And we would go on TV. We would go on MTV, whether it's Kiss, whether it's Flavor. We would go on everything. And the amount of abuse you get is astronomical. I had to usually tell my brother, because luckily my brother was very strong-minded, and I used to have to tell him, look, just don't even look at that. Don't watch that. Don't, you know. And that is just a small element of what can happen in regards to social media and how much abuse you can get on social media when people are making videos of you and slandering you. And especially my brother, who's actually my blood brother. He's actually my brother. And, you know, you're like, you know, it's annoying. It hurts and stuff like that when you have, you know, petrol bomb threats through your door and all these kind of things. You know what I mean? Horrible, nasty, sinister things. And this is why we're talking about how mad social media. And social media has become more rife now. It's become more potent now, but back then it was much more visible, much more physical and stuff like that. So it was dodgy time, and you know what? The survival of the fittest, as I say. Yeah, the predicted 11 is going to be Amram starting them, but I hope Amram gives Mainu a chance. He's not going to do that, I don't think. I think there's something deeper going on there. Already seen Mandem with agendas saying West Ham will win 2-1. Really want it to be fit their narrative. I told you, Dave, listen, you think I come on here and I enjoy talking about these Mandem? Of course, I don't. The Mandem opinion is a bit like my first football book, basically. Football tactics for dummies, basically. That is basically what they are, if they are any, if I was to describe them. Football tacticos for dummies. And that's what they are. That's what they are. But ultimately what it is all about whether they think it's right or wrong. It's not what they think will happen, it's what they want to happen. This is the key here. It's not what they think is going to happen, it's what they want to happen. It's nothing to do with what they think is going to happen. Do they really honestly think Man United are going to lose 2-1 to West Ham? They probably don't. But they're just saying that because they're hoping that will happen, and that is what's disgraceful, of course, guys. Absolutely. I couldn't imagine reading someone hated my music, then I have to go to work. That was awful. DJ Darkest, listen, mate, you know, I respect everyone doing their thing. But, you know, when you get millions of views online and you're doing properly in the music, there's people who do music and there's people in the music. And I witnessed in the music, and in the music is a completely different level. And when you do it and you see what happens, just on a small note, even one person could ruin your day. I understand that. But when you get thousands, it's a completely different level, guys. You know what I mean? It's a completely different level. You see, look, you know, a lot of people do content creation. They you know, they jump on other people help them. They get lots of views. They get lots of things. But when you're doing it yourself and you're upcoming yourself and you're doing everything yourself, everyone is trying to bring you down no matter what, because you're doing it yourself and you don't need any elevation. I don't need any raids on my tweet, on my streams and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? To get elevation, to get views. And, you know, it's not all about numbers. It's about quality as well. So at the end of the day, what I would say is this, right? Back in the day when I used to do music, and I did it for like 20, 25 years, it was an awful experience, but also a pleasurable experience because of the good people that you meet as well. I wouldn't just say that all the bad people, and think about the bad people all the time. You think about if every 50 people, you're going to get 1 or 2, they're going to dislike you. That's natural. That's life. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you get some that go over the top. There's some that will like stalk you and things like that. And that was a different level, of course. Aiden Heaven, Chido Obi Martin, Diego Leon, JJ Bill, Betcher, Share. Aiden Heaven, Chido Obi Martin might be going on loan, apparently. I'm hearing that he might be going on loan very, very soon, guys. Absolutely. Big up 3-0 United. Take that, Bobby. Absolutely. 3-0 United, absolutely love that, Bobby. Big up, my friend. I take that all day long. Big up, Mark. What's going on, my friend? Mark, anti-Glazers. Well, Glazers out. What's going on? Big up, Sal. Hope you're well, bro. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything is blessed. Definitely smash West Ham if the mentality and concentration is there. Mount is made of glass, but he will be a great addition to the team. Let's hope Xerxes keeps performing. Let's hope he gets a goal. Let's hope he bags a goal tomorrow. That would be absolutely fantastic for his confidence. Nothing beats goals for strikers, doesn't it? That is what the most important thing is. When it's a striker, you need goals, isn't it? And you need to keep getting those goals and keep going on and carry on, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sal United 3-1. Yes. Love that, Ephraim. That JJ Gabriel story was posted 3 months ago. Why is Luckhurst exactly there, Dave? Thank you very much. Posting the same nonsense. Was it really slow? Listen, you know what I honestly think, Dave? Absolutely. You know what I honestly think, Dave? Is that he sat there thinking, how can I disrupt Man United? They're just beating Crystal Palace. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Hated, adored, never ignored. Instead of talking about the win against Crystal Palace, how Man United overcame a difficult game at Selhurst Park. I won at the first time Crystal Palace. I've lost at Selhurst Park since February. He's going on and on about JJ Gabriel going to Barcelona. That is what we're talking about. And people say we're irrelevant. This is what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Guys, absolutely. JJ going to stay with us as long as young Ronaldo did. Absolutely, brother. Rest in peace, Remy Moses. Oh, yes, guys. Rest in peace, Remy Moses. An absolute legendary player, guys. Unfortunately, Remy Moses, not many of you would know who Remy Moses is, but Remy Moses was a player who played for Man United in the late 80s and the mid 80s. And the problem with Remy Moses, he would have been one of the greatest players to grace this country in England. Unfortunately, injury hampered Remy Moses a lot of the time, and was a great player, a testament. He was absolutely brilliant, and it's such a shame that injury ruined his career, to be honest with you. Such a sad time, of course, that we lose such a player that could have went on to great things at Manchester United, of course. And not many people are going to mention this on the other content creation pages because they probably don't know who he is. But I was going to bring him later on in the show, of course. But this one hit home because I started supporting Man United when Remy Moses was about, you know what I mean? And, and it is a sad one. But obviously we have to, wish him well, wish his family well, and thoughts and prayers are with his family. But, on a level of Manchester United, guys, on a level of Manchester United, it was so disappointing that his injury record got the better of him, of course, guys. It got the better of him, and unfortunately he had to retire. He played, he was already a star at 1984-85. So I already heard about Remy Moses, when I started supporting Man United in the late 80s. I already knew who Remy Moses was, you know what I mean? But you look at him and he would have been, he was criminally underrated, guys, criminally underrated player, an absolute genius, guys. I'm telling you right now, and you know what? No, not many people, when they talk about Man United greats, they talk about Remy Moses, guys. Not many people talk about him. And that's a sad thing, at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. But you know what? 63 appearances, for the Baggies as well, which was West Brom, of course, guys. And obviously went on to Man United and did bits at Man United as well. Did really good at Man United, to be honest with you guys. Absolutely. But sad day for Man United. We've lost another great guys. We lost another goal. He signed for Man United. It was a lot of money back then, 570,000. It was a lot of money back then for a player, of course, guys. It was, but yeah, had to retire in 1990 because of his injury, and it was around that time, of course, that I started supporting Man United. I started to get into supporting Man United, and around that time, and my first game was 1990. I went to my first game in 1990 at the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace. And yeah, it's a sad, sad day, really sad day. Remy Moses, you rest in peace, and thoughts and prayers are with your family. Of course, absolute legend, guys, really is. Yeah. So sad news. Very, very sad news to bring you guys. Absolutely. Big up United 5-0, says RJ. Come on, my guy. I'm going 2-1 United. Lamens to score. He nearly scored the other day. You know what? When we're thinking about, the equaliser against Tottenham, bringing up Senny Lamens, I actually think the fact that Senny Lamens went for that corner, he actually confused the Tottenham team. And this is what Schmeichel used to do back in the day, isn't it? He used to confuse team. Danny says 3-0. There you go. 3-0. Go. Hey, yeah, I'll take that all day long, mate. I'm going for a 2-0 win. I'll take any win tomorrow. Of course I would, guys. Absolutely. So, the man them. Yeah, the man them. The man them streams, the man them this, the man them that. You know what I mean? They're just absolute clowns, mate. Man them. Anyone who mentions man them on their streams, don't know what a Man United fan is. You know what I mean? And there's many of them, you know who they are, really, don't you? You know what I mean? And they just negative about Ruben Amorim, and that's it. I don't know what they're looking for, because any manager that walks into this club is going to be, faced with the same scrutiny, of course, guys. Absolutely. I would start Aiden Heaven, Kobe Mainu against West Ham United. I just doubt he's going to do that, unfortunately, even though he should. Big up, Sal, music man. I'm sure you have many stories. I have loads of stories, mate. If I told you some of the stories, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it, mate. I have stories about Dr. Dre. I have stories about Exhibit. I have lots of stories, guys. Maybe for another time. Maybe I'll do a video on my members' videos. But you know what? One thing I've got is a lot of stories. I've been to Detroit. I've been around America. And working with these amazing artists and amazing people. Some of them amazing, some of them not. Some of them are absolute prats as well. So you know what? It was a time in my life that I realized who really, really owns the industry, the entertainment industry. This is why when I started doing this, I already had contacts in football, because the music and the sport industry is very intertwined, especially when you go with Universal and Sony and all that. They're very intertwined, the music industry and the sport industry as well. Sometimes I used to host parties, and footballers would come to my parties, and the agents would come to my parties and things like that, of course. And you get to know players, and I know a lot of ex-Man United players and stuff like that. I know what certain players have got up to, even ex-Man United players, of course, which I'm not gonna say anything right now, but yeah, I've been to places where I've seen photos of ex-Man United players in uncompromising situations. So at the end of the day, look, what I would say is that, yeah, I've seen a lot, but obviously I'm not one of those telltale guys. Especially when it comes to my football club, I would just be like a little bit stum and stuff like that, of course. Sal, what gaslighting of Luke Shaw in the Athletic is ridiculous. Yeah, a lot of gaslighting. Guys, a lot of people are saying, oh, but Luke Shaw is this, Luke Shaw is that. Luke Shaw's a manipulator, and he's doing it because of England, the World Cup squad. That's it. People are so bloody mad that they can't see what Luke Shaw is doing. He's doing it because it's the England World Cup coming up, guys. World Cup is coming up. Luke Shaw is miraculously fit. Great for Man United, of course, but we all know why he's doing it, guys. He's done it before. Come on, we have to be aware of this, you know what I mean? These kind of things and stuff like that, definitely. I will be missing the game on Sky Sports because I'm going to Elvis Presley exhibition at the Excel Centre. What's going to be there, Samuel? Is there going to be any real memorabilia, merchandise from Elvis Presley? I've never seen it, guys, absolutely. I own something from Tupac Shakur, by the way. I do own something from Tupac Shakur. So there you go, the real thing as well. Because I worked with the Outlaws. So people know the Outlaws are this Tupac Shakur's group. I worked with Young Noble and the Outlaws. God rest his soul, lost him this year, of course, through obviously he took his own, you know what I mean? And that is sad as well. I've lost a lot of people this year, and it's been difficult, guys. And obviously I got a couple of things from Tupac and stuff like that, yeah. Dave, we do have favourable games since West Ham, Wolves and Bournemouth. Come on, all underperforming, and we should get our wins against them before they get back to form. Absolutely, bruv, absolutely. DJ Darkest, big up to the new subscribers, Sal. They're legends here today. Big up yourself. Big up the people who subscribe into the channel. Really appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel. So important, guys, absolutely, that we keep growing this channel and keep growing the realness of this channel, because that is what it is at the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Manu Though Manu though and through Manu through and through, R.I.P. Remy Moses, absolute legend, and many of the man them won't know who Remy Moses is, and this is the thing, you know what I mean? They won't even mention him at the end of the day. But I wanted to talk a segment about Remy Moses because Remy Moses. Every time I meet Man United fans from around the world, Remy Moses' name seems to come up, no matter what. Whether I meet someone in the UAE, where I am at the moment, or I meet someone in Italy, someone say, "Oh, you know that player called Remy Moses?" And I go, "Yeah, he was such an underrated player." And you'll be surprised how many people have mentioned his name. And you know, God rest his soul. It's such a sad day again for Manchester United, isn't it? And hopefully, those Man United players will play for Remy tomorrow. And we will have the lights up for Remy Moses. Absolutely. It's a shame we don't have a screen at Old Trafford, of course. But you know, we will celebrate him the way we see fit, of course, guys, which is very, very important, of course. Ephraim, how good was Remy Moses? Very, very good, mate. Would have been world class, mate. Would have been one of the greatest players, of course. There is in England. RIP Remy Moses. My mum went to school with Dwight York back in Trinidad. Absolutely. Trinidad and Tobago produced some of legends of the game, of course. Dwight York, not least. But one thing I would say, is that it's such a shame that injury hampered his career and he had to retire so early. And he was only in the game for a short period of time. But that is testament to what he was. Because even though he was in the game a short time, you know, we still talk about him in glowing terms, and we still talk about him as a fantastic player at West Brom and Manchester United, of course, guys. So, yeah, sad. R.I.P. Remy. Absolutely. Big up, Noah. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're doing blessed. Absolutely. Me too. I've got stories about being I warn you for Tiesto in Outstanding. I've got lots of stories. Big up, DJ Darkus. Big up, guys. Big up, Noah, of course, absolutely. I worked with Talking Heads. I'm in jury and the blockers. I'm talking about Eminem, brother. I mean, this is different, man. They're big, but not like the guys I worked with, brother. You know, millions and millions at that time as well. Early goal tomorrow. No disrespecting to you, but the music I was in, I got it on YouTube, mate. You can see it all over YouTube, mate. You know what I mean? Millions of views. And you can see me in the videos as well. Early goal tomorrow, settle Old Trafford and comfortable with hopefully. Absolutely. What do you think about what happened with Ronaldo? What happened, Alex? Big up, Alex. How you doing? I don't even know what happened with Alex, guys. I don't even know what happened with Alex, to be honest with you. Not too sure what happened with Alex. With Cristiano Ronaldo, should I say. Alex, specifically the fact that they gave him a reduced ban. Oh, well, that's good then, isn't it, for him? What, do you mean the World Cup? Because he got a red card. It's good for him, isn't it? But it works for some people, it doesn't work for him. That's the benefit of getting to know Donald Trump, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's what I would say at the end of the day. Noah, Sal, I hope Lissandro plays tomorrow against West Ham. I don't know if he's going to start, to be honest with you, and everything. Guys, sorry, Walmart. No, we were talking about headliners. We were talking about big time things, man. Big time things like headlines and that. I know people used to headline Manic Street Preachers when they were huge. I used to know people headlined 50 Cent. It's when you're like in the studio with them is when, you know, what you're talking about and you get to know people. I'm talking about how Eminem was, how a couple of people within his camp were, and things that I've heard, but I'm not going to say on here, of course, because obviously that will be telling, and obviously I don't want to burn bridges of some of these people, which is obviously. Dave, another thing that we have to reduce the losses at home. We shouldn't be letting a team come to our gaff and think they are getting 3 points early. The problem is that what they're going to do, Dave, is that they're going to sit back 2 banks of 4 and they're going to try and stifle Manchester United. That's what they're going to do. It's up to Manchester United to make the change, to make sure that they don't nullify us and stifle us, and we have to find a way to score. If we score early, I think the game will be drift away from West Ham and Man United will end up pushing on and going forward, of course, guys. Absolutely. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video as well. You absolute legends. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you guys could do that for me. That'd be brilliant, guys. Let's get this stream going, guys. Of course, the match previews don't get as much interaction, but we get a lot of unique people coming on and talking about the game, of course, which we like, of course, and talking about the game, of course, guys, and other things in between, of course, music and things like that, of course, guys, absolutely. But yeah, look, you know, I've lived life. I've done the music industry. I was also an animator, a cartoonist. Guys, I ain't just been doing this and stuff like that. You know, I was a video director. I recorded, I directed videos of various artists and edited. You know, yeah, done quite a bit. Man of all trades. Dave, Sal, that's what I was saying. Yes, in yesterday's stream, most of these gutter news guys just take news from 3 or 4 times and post it, and it seems like I don't like mention them, Dave. This is the thing. This is why it irritates me. You could see at the start of the channel when I see the JJ Gabriel news, I'm like, come on, guys, stop falling for that nonsense. Because at the end of the day, you need to read who done it first, and this is the thing: keeping your ear to the ground and understanding what has been going on months ago. You know what I mean? Because I heard this months ago. And when people tell me it's about telling me like about the 1, 2, 3, basically, I know, you know, this happened months ago. No shit, Sherlock. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Like, loads of people are going to be interested. Loads of teams, are going to be interested in JJ Gabriel. This is reality. JJ Gabriel's still at a youth contract. Someone can grab him. Someone can get him from us and pay us $5 million and he'd take him from us. There is no way, if he wants to go, there's no way Man United can stop it. Regardless of what happens, there's no way that Man United can stop that from happening. And that is what it is at the end of the day. That's the nature of the beast. Just like we took Aiden Heaven and Chidi Obi Martin, this is exactly what we're talking about, you know? So obviously, JJ Gabriel has a good relationship with, obviously, Jason Wilcox, and things are well at the moment. Manchester United have promised JJ Gabriel's family a box at the new stadium and things like that, trying to entice, and obviously, JJ Gabriel and stuff like that, absolutely. Alex Wonga, there's so many aggregate accounts to bothers me so much. There's a lot, Alex, my friend. You know, there's a lot of people just benefit from this sort of thing. I actually love Manchester United. That's the difference between me and other content creators. They don't actually love football. They love their platforms, and they just love talking. With me, I actually take it personally. I do. I love this football club, and as much as I try to be professional, I'm always like, number one is Manchester United, and number one is hoping that Man United win the game. You know, and look, like I feel emotional even talking about Remy Moses today, because you know what, just bringing that into the stream, you know, I think it's very important, because this is what it is. This is what Man United are, and I guarantee you, I bet your bottom dollar, none of the other aggregators are going to be mentioning him. I haven't seen the big content creators even mention him yet. You know what I mean? Which is such a sad thing, to be honest with you. That is such a big player, such a great player that Remy Moses was, for example, and you know, is what it is. The nature of the beast, isn't it, my friend? Sal, you're a hard worker. You deserve it. Every bit of success. Peace to you and your family. Thank you so much, Ephraim. You're an absolute legend, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this stream, my friend. Really appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that comes on here, guys, and gives me, you know, support, because you know what, we are growing day by day. Of course, eventually we're going to get to the promised land. We're going to get to where we want to be as a community, and my aim is to have this as the realest Manchester United channel, the most in-depth, proper Manchester United channel there is, guys. Absolutely. No agendas, no sensational headlines, no, I get him out of my football club, none of that, guys. It's all about, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. Sal, La Liga is so damn boring now. Tell that to Lee Gunner. That is boring. You go absolutely bonkers if you said that to him. DJ, it's great to have different professions here. It enhances your fan base. So we are all talking and laughing about your favorite meals. It was a red tie for me. I like both of them. I like green Thai. I like red Thai. But I haven't eaten a Thai food in a long time. I'm living in the UAE, my friend, and haven't really had that. Thai food isn't a speciality here. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I got a lot of things. I mean, I'm a sucker for sweet things. I'm a sweet tooth guy. You know what I mean? I like my sticky toffee pudding. I like my Madagascar custard. I like things like that. That's me. I mean, and that's why I got a treadmill just right in front of me. I got a treadmill right there. And as soon as I switch this off, it's straight on the treadmill, because I love the delicacies in life. You know what I mean? I love those sort of delicacies and stuff like that. Big up DJ Darkus, my friend. I really want Atletico Madrid to win La Liga this season. It would be amazing if they did. Didn't they do 1-1 with Barca, or did Barca win it yesterday? Dave, I also have the same predicted lineup. I see Mount and Xerxes maintaining their starts, even though I'd rather have Cunha in place. You have to think about match fitness, isn't it, Dave? You have to think about match fitness. How it can we bring Cunha into the game straight away, even after the injury? I don't think we can. I think we need to be obviously very careful when we're bringing players back. Even Licha Martinez, I think, you know what, Licha Martinez coming back, you know, it might be a little bit early for him. I think we need to be a little bit careful with some of these players. Absolutely. Ramen noodles. I love that as well, mate. You know what I mean? I love that as well. Oh, goodness me. I get you. I thought you were going to say something completely different, DJ Darkers. Yeah, I get you. Unfortunately, that is an unfortunate one. Absolutely. You know what isn't nice? It is Christmas pudding, is it? Oh, that's nasty. I mean, listen, mate, guys. That is awful. Yeah, look, you know, in Italy, right? My missus from Italy and my in-laws are from Italy, right? You know, at Christmas they have pasta. They have pasta. There's no like roast dinner. There's no turkey. There's nothing like that. There's just pasta. And these are, do you know what I mean? It's mad. Mad to have pasta at Christmas. Bobby, I just can't get into the other leagues. The Prem is the best. I mean, you could just see from the Fulham game yesterday that the Premier League is the best. At the moment, the Premier League is the best league in the world, and nothing touches it. Yes, in La Liga, there's some great players individually, but as teams, Premier League all day long. Premier League all day long. Bundesliga is even getting ahead of La Liga slightly, if you ask me. Sal, who's the two Dalf? I think it is. I think it's still Sesko and Maguire. To be honest with you, if he didn't tell us, did he? At the end of the day. When everyone is fit, what's your starting 11? My starting 11, when everyone is fit, Licha Martinez, Lamens in goal, Licha Martinez, De Ligt. I'll say Mazraoui for now, but I would put Euro, but I'll say Mazraoui for now as a right centre-back. Right wing-back would be Ahmad. Left will be Dorgu when he's fit. Then it will be, for me, if I was to pick the team, I would leave... I can't say it, but you know what? I don't want to say it because I would leave Bruno out, but you know, Mainu and Casemiro, and it will be Uguna and Bremo, and it will be Sesko up front. But you know, if I speak, I'll be in very big trouble, of course, as you say. Sal, what's your favorite Arabic cuisine dish? Shawarma kebab. I just have a shawarma kebab. That would do me. That would do me. I mean, the sweets are very sweet. But Basta La Galona, UEFA Lona. DJ Nugget, yes, Sal, we had to eat Xmas pudding to find that it's expense. Awful. It's awful, mate. It's absolutely awful. 24 likes, guys. Can we get to 30 likes? Come on, guys. Let's get to 30 likes. Don't be stingy. Just need to click on that like button, guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If you guys can do that for me, absolutely brilliant. If you guys can do that, let's try and get to as many likes as we can to support the channel, guys. Really, really appreciate everyone supporting the channel at the moment. You're absolute legends, of course, guys. Really appreciate everyone in the stream, of course, guys. So what will be a very, very important game for Manchester United tomorrow, because ultimately that is what it is all about, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me just write this. Let me just put this up there. There we go. Yeah, let me have a look at this. Big up, everyone. Dave, that Fulham game, City, was a vintage Premier League game. You don't see them anymore like that, do you, Dave? Each moment has you in the edge of your seat. It should have been 5-5, though. Yeah, it should have been. But what a comeback, though. Very little. Halas. Very little. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. I know that, but you know, bits and bobs. Stephanie, most people speak English here, RJ. 3 United goals equals 3 points. Come on, that's what we want, guys. Absolutely. With Bruno, we are damned if we leave him out and damned if we don't. It's true, mate. But you know what we have to do though, DJ Dark, is we have to start moving on. You know, he got technically 2 assists at the weekend, technical assists, of course. And, you know, we keep living off that. And I think sooner or later, we got to say, like, you know what, we got to move on. Because, you know, if we don't move on, we're going to keep writing the same bloody old script, ain't we, guys? United, United, United. Big up, Kenny. Absolutely love it, to my friend, of course. Benny, I'm sure you miss a bacon beauty batty Sal in a grease spoon. You know what I had at Old Trafford once? I had a fried Mars bar. I went on, obviously came off the tram towards Manchester, past the cricket ground. I purchased a fried Mars bar. Blah, 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 blah. Absolutely. Big up. Bigger Island, my guy. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, what is your 3 best moment in your life? Meeting my wife, marrying my wife, spending time with my wife every single day. That's it. Those are the 3 best things in my life. Has happened to me in my life. That's all I can say. You know, and that's what it is. You know, on a personal level. Obviously, material things, achieving things, doing the music and stuff like that were great things. But, you know, real things that really matter, those things mean a lot to me, of course. Of course, I know some content creators, they won't understand what having a wife that you actually like being with is all about, of course, which is why they do all the watch-alongs to stay away from their misses and stuff. Absolutely. Do your darkest. Bakala, inshallah, tomorrow, God willing. Yeah, inshallah, tomorrow. We will win tomorrow, inshallah. Of course, guys, we will win tomorrow, inshallah. Of course, guys, I hope so. It would be great because we want to get away from that narrative, the Everton game and stuff like that. Oh, we do the same thing as usual. Alex, when do you think we're going to start our games midweek in Saudi? Do you think it's probable? I think it's probable, you know. If look, guys, I don't agree with it, but at the same time, I'm looking at it. If it can help Man United financially, then why not? I'll just say, why not? If it can help Man United make money, why not? You know, at the end of the day, if it can contribute us to buying Anderson or Adam Wharton or anyone else, why not do it? Because at the end of the day, Man United, of course, have got this narrative that we're all broke and everything like that, all that nonsense that they're spilling. Of course, guys, spill the beans, Sal. Absolutely. Not spill the tea, Lou. Spill the beans, Sal, of course. Sal, is Messi a fraud? He's a PR merchant. Yeah, he's a PR merchant and he supports a certain thing politically, which contributes to him being not overhyped. He's a fantastic player, right? Let me just say that. But he was a product of a system of Barcelona. Since he left Barcelona, no surprise, no shit. He's not done anything apart from the win. The win for Argentina in that World Cup, as I say, with very big inverted commas, of course, guys. But yeah, look, you know, he supports a certain thing, which he puts his head on a certain thing, which helps contribute towards him being, you know, hyped a little bit more. You know what I mean? Mars bar, big up Mars bar. Remember Snickers used to be called Marathon back in the day. Play FC for Bruno is difficult to end since he usually gets goal and assists even when his performances are dross. And this is the problem that I have, Dave, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not just about goals and assists, as Liverpool found out when they sold Coutinho. It's about what overall impact on the team, overall impact going forward, right? He does assists and goals, that's great. But overall, the team struggles as a balance, you know? So how do you know if he didn't play against Crystal Palace, we wouldn't have won that game 3-0? No one knows that, do they, at the end of the day? This is the thing. But ultimately, what Man United need to do, Man United need to slowly start moving to what the future is now, because he's over 30 anyway. So we need to slowly start moving what the future is, what we're going to do next and stuff like that in regards to going forward, and the replacement for Bruno as well. Peppermint tart is the best dessert on the earth. The bloody hell, mate. I'll eat anything with Madagascar custard, mate. I'll eat anything. I'll eat you, mate, with Madagascar custard. I'll eat anything with Madagascar. I mean, I love Madagascar custard. And that means a lot when you're in the biz. It's stopping and marrying, etc. Yeah. You have to. Kenny, today I've seen people glaze his 2 assists as if they didn't see how he was playing. I know, mate, but this is just the way it is. I just tend now, guys, in regards to Bruno Fernandes, I just tend to just whatever, man. Whatever. Good luck. Let him keep doing assists and goals for Man United. Absolutely. Curly whirlies. Bloody hell. Pulled your fingers out, man. Curly whirlies. Bloody hell. Do you like curly whirlies? I ain't had a curly whirly in a long time. Bloody get stuck in your teeth and all sorts of things, guys. Absolutely. A bit like Man United sometimes. Man United, it feels like you got something stuck in your teeth and you can't quite get it out. That's what Man United are at times. You know what I mean? Just can't quite get it out of your teeth and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Let me see what Kenny said about Bruno. When Bruno is a madman with that assist on Mount. I know, man. They counted that as an assist. Even I could have done that assist. Bloody hell. I mean, for goodness sake, it does make you laugh. It does make you chuckle sometimes, doesn't it, guys? Guys, absolutely. Here comes the pessimist, by the way. I need to know what Amram was smoking at the presser. I could have picked out any player to praise at any point. Chose Dallo. It's safe to say he's not leaving anytime soon. There you go. Well, that's him for you, isn't it? But he's praised a lot of players. He's praised Lenny Yoro. He plays in his press conference as well. He did praise the team as well. So at the end of the day, what he's smoking is 2-1 victory over Crystal Palace at the weekend. That's what he's smoking, bruv. 2-1 victory over Crystal Palace at the weekend. Why not come on here, Johnny, over these last few days and say something positive about the club, eh? Say something positive about Ruben Amram, eh? Because you always come on here with your pessimistic views, mate. I mean, we did beat Crystal Palace at the weekend, right? And I didn't see you went missing. It's like, where you gone? Did he gone? He's all gone. Where'd he gone? Johnny gone. Johnny be gone. Johnny be gone. Johnny be gone. But when you don't like something, here you are. Oh, God. You got the paragraphs out. You got the paragraphs out. The paragraph. Bloody, even though it's illiterate, and I'm like, I have to dumb down a little bit, but still, you got the paragraph. I'm only joking, mate. Don't worry about it. Absolutely. Guys, I'm not being petty. He's one of the worst players. I agree with you, Johnny. I don't disagree with you in regards to that. I'm only playing with you, by the way. I don't disagree with you, guys. I just look at the cats. Look at the cat in the eyes, guys. Just look at it in the eyes, and that's it. It'll hypnotize you all the way. There you go. Guys, listen. Dalot is not good enough. I know. He's not good enough. And I know that. But at the end of the day, who else we got, my guy? Who else? We ain't got no one else. You got to praise players you've got in the team, because otherwise they won't play for you. If it's the only player you got, what's it going to do if you slander them? You got to try and give them confidence. Maybe he's giving them confidence because he knows he's not that good, and he wants him to up his game, and he wants him to be better. What about Dubai chocolate? Nice, addictive, very sweet. Sal, it's Johnny from the block. Johnny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks I got. I'm just Jenny from the block. I'm just Jenny from the block. It comes around the block every time, like, you know what I mean? You know, when you owe like a knack dealer some money. Around the block. Johnny, who do you think injured, by the way? Because Amram said 2 players. He didn't mention it. Cunha obviously not, because he said Cunha's fit. Ruben Amram didn't mention it, which is strange, to be honest with you. But I would guess, Johnny, that it would be Maguire and Sesko. That's the only thing I could think of. It doesn't matter how he gets his goals and assists, as long as he gets it. They call him Magnifico from where I was seated. I could clearly see him losing the ball and giving the ball away. He was awful, mate. He was awful, but he's a legend, apparently, Dave. Don't forget that. Apparently, he's a legend. So apparently he's in the same bracket as Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, Eric Cantona, Cristiano Ronaldo, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. Apparently, according to some, he's a legend. Now, most of us who are awake to the situation understand what's going on at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I reckon it may be Bruno. Oh, that's a good point, Johnny. Bruno was holding his hamstring at the end of the game. He was holding his hamstring holding the old hammy at the end of the day. So who knows? It might be him, you know. Sal, are you enjoyable to listen? Did you work in comedy? You're enjoyable to listen to. No, I didn't. I have worked in comedy events over here, but I've always been funny. I've always been lighthearted, and that's just because I don't take myself so seriously. You know what I mean? Some people take life seriously. Some people have selective outrage. Some people just like that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? DJ Darkers, big up. Spot on, Dave. Big up, Dave. Of course. Sal, you are enjoyable to listen to. Thank you again. So good. You said it twice, and I appreciate that one, my friend. Yes, Bruno might be out. Good point, Johnny. Giggs criminally underrated. I don't know how he hasn't been put in the Premier League Hall of Fame. You know why it is, my friend? Because of his off-field antics, which is criminal. Anyway, because his off-field antics shouldn't get in the way of his football ability. Because isn't it Terry's in there? And we all know what John Terry's off-field antics were, don't we, guys? Absolutely. So, yeah, Ryan Giggs should have been the first name on the Premier League Hall of Fame. So, how can you take a Hall of Fame, right? How can you take it seriously when the most decorated Premier League player ever is not in it? It just doesn't make sense, does it? At the end of the day, guys, does it? Really? Come on. How can you even take it seriously? It's not seriously. I like Gary Neville, but Gary Neville, really? Ahead of all those great Man United players? Really? Come on. Gary Neville was a great right back, but he was carried by people like Beckham and people like, come on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these people, I don't know, annoy me. Poor Benjamin Mendy, Sal, yeah. Career ruined, yeah, unfortunately, sadly. That's what I mean. You've got to be careful in life. I always say, if we haven't won the Premier League, you can't be in that, and that's why I don't like Gerrard being in it. I agree. Just like they say that you can't win the Ballon d'Or if you don't win the Champions League. It's exactly right. I agree, Johnny. Absolutely spot on. I think that if you don't win the Premier League, how can you be in the Premier League Hall of Fame? I mean, you could put him in a Cup Hall of Fame, but you can't put him in the Premier League. He was nowhere near Paul Scholes. Nowhere near Paul Scholes. He was, and it's just so annoying when people, Gerrard, Steven Gerrard, because he used to shoot from long range, but technically was nowhere near Paul Scholes. I know it's ridiculous, RJ. Giggsy should have a statue outside Old Trafford, but for the social Cantona, social Schmeichel, social all these players, I would say. First for me would be Cantona, because obviously what he did with the class of 92, he was the icing on the cake, King Eric, of course, and I think King Eric should definitely have a statue, and he will do eventually. Hopefully we do that. Hopefully we do have some statues, built. Not only that, I think a lot of the treble winning sides should have it. You know what I mean? The Beckham should have a statue. Scholes should have a statue. Keane should have a statue. Andy Cole should have a statue. They all should. Giggsy, of course. Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Ronnie Johnson, Stam, Irwin should have a statue. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, absolutely. I say that with chest. Absolutely. Sal, none of them, mate. None of them should get... You know what it should be, guys? None of them should get ahead of those Man United players. De Bruyne shouldn't be ahead of any of those Man United players. De Bruyne was a great player, but no, he shouldn't be ahead of the players that play for Man United. You know what I mean? Is Cristiano Ronaldo in the Hall of Fame? The only Ballon d'Or winner. You know what I mean? In the last. Yeah, Rooney as well, DJ Darkest. Absolutely spot on, mate. Absolutely. 2 away from 30 likes, guys. Let's get to 30 likes. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget to get to 30 likes. Come on, guys. It's the same people who told us that Van Dijk is better than Vidic and Ferdinand. Vidic is not... Look, let me tell you a list of players who are better than Vidic, right? Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister, Ronnie Johnson, David May, Nemanja Vidic, Jaap Stam, Rio Ferdinand, you name it. Better than Van Dijk. Proven better. Serial winners, of course. Guys, don't forget to smash up. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Big up yourself. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys could do that for me, absolutely fantastic. Legends. DJ Darkest, big up Rooney. Yes. I don't get Ineos here. You say statues, they will get scared when they hear the word spending. Yeah, look, you know what? I'm already hearing all the negativity about the January transfer window. Oh, we got to sell to buy. Absolute manipulators. I said it from the beginning. Absolute manipulators. Absolute frauds. Absolute frauds. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, manipulating frauds, and trust me, man, it drives me mad. When I hear about them. I mean, at the end of the day, they've got no money. They shouldn't even purchase the football club in the bloody first place, should they? Ephraim, Sal, Pep said that Paul Scholes is better than... so did... Who else said that? Thierry Henry. You know what I mean? Thierry Henry said that Paul Scholes is better as well. But no, the Sun and the Mirror say that, oh yeah, Steven Gerrard. His mates say Steven Gerrard. Big up my guy, DJ Darkus, as usual, my friend. Sell to buy SC. We heard it all before. Absolutely, brother. Rooney, defo deserves a statue. Absolutely, yes. I know that they won't, but I want one of them journalists to ask the club where the 60 million that went on Belabor in the summer has gone. Now, what they're going to say is they're going to say Senny Lamens. Half of it's gone to Senny Lamens. That's what they're going to say. But stupid. I heard that so many different things, man. Honest to God. They've got money. They've got more than the Believer money as well. I saw a video on Twitter a couple of weeks ago about England players hated each other than Rooney. Yeah, they hated each other because of the club rivalry. They did. You know what England were missing? Can I tell you the one thing England were missing? Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick. That's what England were missing. Carrick in the middle. You know when Carrick played? Carrick only played a couple of times for England, right? A few times for England. The one time I remember Carrick playing for England, England beat Croatia, the great Croatia side, 5-1 away. And that's what we're talking about here. You know, so England, if England wanted to succeed, this is what they needed to do, right? They just needed a left winger, Beckham on the right, Carrick in the middle, Scholes as the number 10, or you can change that to Gerrard, change that to Lampard and rotate. That's what you do. And then you have your two strikers. That's all they needed to do, but they wanted to complicate it because they wanted to fit everyone else. And they'll put Paul Scholes on the left and things like that. Absolutely. Imagine we had Carrick now. Absolutely underrated, mate. Underrated, man. Really underrated, honest to God. That is slashed our wage bill just so we have fifth highest wage bill. Exactly. We have three players in the top five wages in the country. Of course. I saw a video. I think I read that one. Big up. Imagine Brian Carrick now would be brilliant, my friend. It would be brilliant. Guys, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Thank you, absolute legends. Please don't forget to smash a like on the way out, please, guys. Really appreciate everyone who joined me today. You absolute diamonds. All legends, whether you agree or not. I've got nothing but love for you guys, and I really appreciate it as usual every time, guys. Don't forget to join me for Breaking Dawn tomorrow, guys, as we build up again even further to the Manchester United against West Ham game tomorrow evening or early hours of the morning for me. So, guys, enjoy it. Have a great day, great night, great evening. I'm Sal Warner. This is, of course, Chatterbox, and I shall see you. Thank you, Stephanie. Big up yourself, you legend. And absolutely. And Wharton. Big up. Yeah, absolutely. Big up, RJ. Hope you're well. Sal, is Onana a real-life statue? Fair play, Stephanie. I think we already got a statue. Our first statue was Onana, actually. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love, man. Big up, DJ Dark. He's absolute legend, my guy. Wharton and Anderson is what I would really like. Me too, bro. A really stable midfield. It would be lovely. Thank you, guys. You're legends in my eyes. Every single one of you. We all legends in our own right. Take it easy, guys. Have a great evening. Peace.